Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Daily English Boosts, Episode 1. I am your friend, Jack.
And I am Jessica. Thanks for joining us today.
Today's pod is all about a very important topic daily life English.
Exactly. Here is how today's episode will work. First, we will listen to a conversation between two friends, Jane and Alina.
Absolutely. They will use real life English, and you will hear lots of useful dialogue.
And after the dialogue, Jack and I will explain. Every used vocabulary and phrases very slowly and clearly with their meanings.
So today, we're doing something a little different. We're going to walk you through a typical day, talking about our own lives.
And in the process, we'll teach you some of the most common vocabulary and phrases you can use every single day.
That's right. This isn't just about learning words, it's about learning how to have a real, natural conversation. So grab a cup of coffee and let's get started.
All right, so let's get right into it. Then, Jane, to kick things off, tell me, how did your morning start today? Were you, a morning person today?
A morning person? Not at all. This morning, I was completely in a rush. You know what that means, right? To be in a rush is a fantastic phrase. It means you're in a big hurry. I woke up late, had to get ready super fast, and I almost forgot my phone.
I totally get that feeling. My morning was the opposite. I actually woke up early and had a nice, slow breakfast. But then on my way to work, I hit a snag.
A snag? What do you mean by a snag?
That's an interesting phrase. Yes, a snag is a great word for a problem or an obstacle. My snag was that I was stuck in traffic for almost 45 minutes.
That's the worst. So, for our listeners, stuck in traffic means your car is not moving because there are too many other cars on the road. It's a very common experience, unfortunately. Did you do anything to pass the time?
I did. I used the time to catch up on my podcasts, like ours, I hope. To catch up on something means to do something you haven't had time to do recently, like to catch up on emails or a TV show. It was a good way to use a bad situation.
That's smart. So, you finally made it to work. How was the rest of your day? For me, it feels like I've had a lot on my plate today.
Ooh, I love that idiom. To have a lot on my plate. It's a great way to say you have many responsibilities or tasks to deal with. So, what was on your plate today, Jane?
Oh, everything. We had a big team meeting, and I had to brainstorm ideas for a new project. To brainstorm is another great verb.
Exactly. Brainstorm is another vocabulary.
Yeah, it means to think of a lot of new ideas, usually in a group. It was productive, but honestly, by lunchtime, I was totally exhausted.
I can imagine. So, what did you do for lunch? Did you, pack something? Or did you go out?
I decided to grab a bite with some colleagues. To grab a bite is an informal and quick way of saying to get something to eat. We just went to the cafe downstairs. It was a nice break.
Exactly. That sounds perfect. I wish I could have done that. I had so many deadlines today that I had to work through lunch, so I had to eat at my desk.
Oh, that's rough. To work through lunch means you're so busy you don't even stop for a break. That's a tough situation. But it sounds like you were really productive. Did you hit a wall at any point?
Actually, yes, I almost did. To hit a wall is a fantastic phrase for when you get to a point where you feel you can't make any more progress. Maybe because you're tired or out of ideas. But I pushed through it, and I think I finally finished everything.
Exactly. That's great to hear. It sounds like you had a very busy day. So, with all that work done, what are your plans for the evening? Are you going to wind down?
Yes, definitely. I need to wind down. That means to relax after a busy or stressful period. First, I have to run some errands.
To run errands is a great phrase for everyday life. Can you give us an example of what that means?
Of course, running errands means doing all the small, necessary tasks you have to do outside of your home, like going to the grocery store, picking up dry cleaning, or going to the bank. So I have to do some grocery shopping. After that, I'm just going to relax on the sofa and be a couch potato.
Wow, I love that expression. So, to be a couch potato means to be very lazy and just sit on the couch watching TV all day. I think a lot of people can relate to that. What are you going to watch?
I'm not sure yet. Maybe a movie. What about you? What are your plans for the evening?
Well, after this podcast, I'm going to grab something to eat. And then I think I'll call it a day.
To call it a day is a great way to end a conversation. It means you are officially stopping work or an activity for the day. So you're done for the day.
So, I am done for the day. I'm completely done. And it was a great day, but I'm ready to relax.
First up, a technique called shadowing. This is an incredibly effective way to improve your speaking, rhythm, and pronunciation.
Absolutely. It's simple too. Find a short audio clip. In English, it could be from a podcast, a news report, or a scene from a TV show.
And mimicking the speaker's accent, their tone, and their speed. You're like a shadow following their voice.
Exactly. This isn't about understanding every single word. It's about training your mouth and your ears to get used to the natural flow of English. When you're just listening, your brain is passive. But with shadowing, you become active. You're physically practicing the sounds.
It really helps you catch the little details, like how native speakers connect words, which is something you don't learn from a textbook. So find a clip you like and give shadowing a try. You'll notice a difference pretty quickly.
Our second tip is something you can do right now, wherever you are. We call it Label Your World. Take sticky notes and write the English names for common objects around your home or office.
That's brilliant. It makes learning feel less like a chore and more like a part of your daily life. You're building a new English speaking environment for yourself, one sticky note at a time. This is a great way to build your vocabulary for everyday objects.
And our final tip is something to get you actively creating in English. We'll call this the mini story method. At the end of each day, take just 2 or 3 minutes to tell a simple story about your day, either in your head or even better, out loud to yourself.
The story doesn't have to be long or perfect. It's about using the words and phrases. For example, you could say, I was in a rush this morning. I had a lot on my plate at work, so I decided to grab a bite for lunch. Now I'm ready to wind down and call it a day.
See, you're using real phrases and putting them together into a coherent story. This helps you move beyond just memorizing words and starts training your brain to build sentences naturally. You'll begin to see the connections between words and how they fit together.
Exactly. It's a powerful way to practice without the pressure of speaking to someone else, just you and your story.
And that's all for today's episode. But before we go, let's do a quick recap of everything we covered. Think of it as your cheat sheet for boosting your English.
Exactly. So today we learned how to talk about our daily lives using some fantastic phrases. Remember these: to be in a rush when you're in a big hurry, stuck in traffic when your car isn't moving because of congestion, to have a lot on your plate when you have many things to do, to wind down when you relax after a busy day.
Yeah, and we also gave you 3 powerful tips to help you practice. Try these out. Shadowing. Listen and repeat to improve your pronunciation. Label your world. Stick English names on objects to train your brain to think in English. The mini story method. Tell yourself a short story about your day to practice building sentences.
Exactly. That brings us to the end of our conversation about a typical day. We hope you learned some useful phrases and words that you can use in your own daily life.
Absolutely. Remember, these phrases aren't just for listening, they're for speaking. Try to use phrases like in a rush, to be stuck in traffic, and to wind down in your own conversations this week. The more you use them, the more natural they'll become.
That's a great challenge for our listeners. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much. We will be back with another topic to help you boost your English. Until then, take care.